M21 rifle and quantity 110 rounds of 7.62 millimeter NATO ammunition, 40 pieces of M21 rounds, that is the ammunition meant for the M21 rifle, as well as 4 FN extra magazines and 2 locally made explosives. Also, on the 2nd of January 2017, at about 0110 hours, again, our troops, in position at Lugumani, Boko Haram came across, and those who possibly wanted to flee towards the Chad came in contact with the troops, and of course, the troops, dealt with them accordingly. Of course, several of the Boko Haram terrorists escaped with gunshot wounds. How did we know? The exploitation that was further carried out, during the period of daylight, because 01:30, it's the heat of the night. So what it did was, during daylight, they exploited and, of course, found the bloodstains all over, indicating. Of course, they also tried to do exploitation further to see where they went. That trail was conducted, but no dead body was found. And as you know, that Boko Haram is in the habit of taking away their dead bodies when they have the time to do so. Now, following the opening up of roads and the desire for us to have the entire residents in the various areas that we've liberated for them to return, Damasak residents, of course, have been returning. They've been cleaning up their homes. Some have started rebuilding. And a few of the pictures that you can find as life is beginning to return to normal in Damasak. Some of those returnees, of course, left from Maiduguri here. Others came in from Niger Republic. And currently, our troops are, ensuring that there is no Boko Haram terrorists that infiltrate into the ranks. Civilian JTF also have been operating alongside the troops, at the heart of Damasak town. And I'm aware that the state government, Borno state government, has also provided some logistics for the civilian JTF for them to be more effective whilst in Damasak. Also within the period, we had cases of person-borne improvised explosive devices. On the 31st, precisely, at about 21:35 hours, again in the night, a female suicide bomber detonated her explosive device strapped on her at customs area in Maiduguri. She was the only casualty because there was no other casualty. Again, on the 1st of January, perhaps also wanting to disrupt the peace that has existed, there was another case of IED, but this time around, I think, knowing what has happened to the rest, this time the suicide bomber decided to remove the vest and dumped somewhere, which we discovered, and of course we called the police team. That was around the Gomari low-cost general area. Again, let me say that this morning, just this morning, today, we had, a case of 3 suicide bombers who were trying to move to a bank in Duse, that is in Madagali Gulag general area towards Limankara. And those 3 suicide bombers, because of the alertness of our troops, when they were accosted, they refused to halt, hoping to run into our troops. Of course, they were shot at, and the explosive they carried was what led to what you find. As gory as they look, we have no choice but to let you know what is happening around your environment. So the 3 of them, the female, died. The last time we met, I hinted you that the Cameroonians, I think arising from the question that was asked, regarding Goza Hills and behind towards the border with the Cameroon, I did indicate that the Cameroon forces are currently operating at Ngoshe. So within the week, we had a link up with them, and the operations they've been conducting have been very successful. That's one of our commanders, one of the commanders right there, the commander of 26th Brigade, and the next to him, I'm sure you could distinguish from the uniform, is the commander, Brigadier General Buba from Cameroon, along with. So please run through some of the recoveries from Goshe General. What we find was that they have used the place for making of bombs and IEDs. That discovery, of course, beside what the recovery that we made earlier when we had an operation there. These are further exploitation which the Cameroonians conducted, and these are the recoveries from there. And of course, we are also working out a means of ensuring that that general area is properly dominated, and that we will never have the Boko Haram come back there to reoccupy the place. I'm sure for those of you who know, Ngoshe is a fairly large town, and we believe that going forward, it will not be left fallow. We're now going to dominate the place and ensure that incidents of this nature do not occur. Now, I will take a little pause and let us show you some of the video arising from our air operations, for the past 1 week. Very quickly, just a few minutes, I'll try to explain what you find on the screen. And so you go and prepare for the little surprise that I have for my friends. Play the video. All right. Just this again. A lot has been said. I don't want to join issues with those who have other perspectives to this operation. They are not the one to set the agenda for my operations. I wouldn't allow Boko Haram to set the agenda. Right now, we set the agenda. I would also like to join issues with pessimists. I will not be distracted. They are part of the pursuits, as can be observed from the air. Good. This is our troops, part of the exploitation in the entire Sambisa forest, which we are currently conducting. Thought that is essential for us to dominate. Of course, that's the aircraft that's also giving them a cover. So these are ground troops captured from above, the sky. Why we do this is to ensure that there is no breathing space for the Boko Haram terrorists to establish any foothold. Having been routed, thought that we should dominate. If we are still searching all the nooks and crannies of Sambisa forest, the operation continues. All right, would you mind to maybe fast forward, if it's possible? Would you mind? Now, we don't just go during the day. Wherever we get to, we harbor. Harbor means you spend the night there. It's not developed as a defensive location, but then it's a place where you could have your administration. This was actually captured in the night, where you refit and have some administrative issues sorted out that will enable you to commence the following morning. And of course, if for whatever reason you're surprised, you are also able to address those challenges. Okay, while that is showing, would you mind, can you call, so I felt that, each time we come here to tell you that some of the Boko Haram terrorists, commanders that we've captured.